Hi, Tina.
Hi.
We will get started shortly.
Roz, how come you're sideways?
Am I sideways? What about that?
Now you're okay. I was like, huh?
Yeah, I'm by myself, and I can't figure it out. And my finger keep going over the camera part of it, like this. Like, it's better than it didn't go down. It's still sideways.
Nope, you're
Yes.
good.
Is it
You're good.
really?
No, you're good now. You're good.
I did the same thing. Okay.
How is everyone doing? Thumbs up. Jody, how's it? There's Nikki over there working. She has her headphones in, keeping quiet. We're gonna get our drivers. Please drive safely, Scott.
Will do.
I'm just waiting for Conrad. He's going to be joining us, as well as Janet Schaefer. Um, sh Hopefully she will be able to join us. Ted's just gave me a heads up that he's not going to be able to join. Um, Good to see our membership chair and our community service chair here. Who's iPhone 29? You're on mute. I think they're going to stay muted for a little bit. Stephanie. Oh, that's Scott.
Sorry, Josh, that was me.
I see you. Okay, now we see you. And Stephanie from which Lahaina club?
Lahaina Sunrise.
Hello, welcome.
Aloha.
I'm gonna go ahead. The meeting is being recorded, so we'll go ahead and get started. Um, so for those of you that don't know me, I'm Joshua Laguana. I am the public image co-chair for the district, and today is a third Monday. We meet every Monday or every third Monday of the month at 3 p.m. to talk things public image. Specifically today, we're going to be talking about the Aloha Action Campaign, which we kind of kicked off last August or last month, and we're going to just give some updates. So as an overview of what the Aloha Action campaign is, we were given a grant. Now the Public Image Committee has a $10,000 budget to create publicity for Rotary in Hawaii. Specifically, we're going to be using community service projects, our district calendar events, to get membership leads so that we can pass that up to our district membership committee so that they can vet them, send them out to clubs, and then start engaging potential new members for Rotary. It is being chaired by the public image team, but it's in collaboration with both community service and membership. I'm going to share my screen real quickly. And what you'll see on my screen is the public image resource page. This is found under club resources, public image, and then district resource page. This is a go-to resource page for all club members, specifically the public image chairs, so they can see what we're doing in this committee as well as some resources. On the right-hand side of the screen is the Aloha Action campaign. So I have a kickoff meeting page that has a summary of what we discussed at the last meeting, who was there. And if we scroll all the way down to the bottom of it, there is details about what we're looking to do, as well as a recording. Well, I thought the recording was in here. Oh, the recording's at the top on our YouTube channel. If you click on the Aloha Action campaign link, this kind of gives an outline of what we're looking to do. This is not the public page that we're going to be actually promoting. But what this is just kind of an explanatory page for internally for members like you and I, for our clubs, so that they know what this action or this campaign is for. So before I go into the details and we do some follow-ups, I see that Janet joined us. Thank you, Janet. I'd like to see if anyone has any questions up until this point about the program or the campaign. Any questions? Okay, I don't see any hands. I'm going to keep this moving forward. So far, what we've asked to do is ensure that we have certain things in place before we roll out this campaign. The first is making sure that we have service projects in line and available on our district site so that we can redirect people, and we're trying to build up that page. I'm going to ask Nathan if you can kind of just give us an update as to, from a district level, what are we doing, what have we done, and how does it look so far?
Yeah, well, we have the District 5000 hub, which we launched, I guess, relaunched on Ted's Ask this year. I met with a lot of the chairs, one-on-one service chairs, and we've done a couple of calls with our service chairs. Josh was at our last meeting. So we're probably maybe halfway where I want in terms of Oahu clubs. Like we've got probably one for every week coming up on Oahu. However, for Outer Island, we'd have a hard time maybe, dealing with the leads still with the amount of projects that are posted. Now, because there is this fact that it's a new offering, there probably are some projects posted on club calendars that we could send people to that weren't submitted through the portal. But still, I would say we have some work to do to get enough posts in order to feed these leads with how ambitious of a goal you have. So the chairs know now that they're going to be getting these when the Aloha Action campaign starts. They know how to go and submit their projects and look at upcoming projects. So it's like I said, on Oahu, we could give a lead at this point, probably any week, at least one or two options. On neighbor islands, not so much.
Okay, so from a public image standpoint, how we are supporting the community service team, thank you, Nathan, for that update, is that on our homepage, from our homepage here, if we scroll down a little bit, we have district committee links. We have each of the district committees, specifically community service, so that they can come directly into here and talk about or read about the community service, as well as look at the service projects. What we also did is we created some quick links so that if someone types in Rotary D5000.org and went / projects, it would bring them directly to this page. The other one that we have for a quick link would be to RotaryD5000.org / community. So that brings them back to the district community service page. We are encouraging and asking all community service chairs to put their service projects onto this page. Nathan, can you quickly go walk through the process on how they would go and do that?
if you don't mind uh, going to the home page there. So Josh did set up a neat automatic link to where if you go to the Rotary D5000.org/projects, you can get there right away. Or if you forget that link, you can start on the home page. So two real easy ways. We want to make it as easy as possible. So if you go to our home page and you scroll down, right under Together We Transform, you'll see a button for Find a Project and a button for Submit a Project. So we've been trying to get all of our service chairs and club presidents to go to the Submit a Project when they have an upcoming project. It allows them to fill out a form and have their club's project posted to the hub with that form there. And it'll post this is a bit of a manual process, but it goes to me and then I post it here to the hub. And then, any members from any Rotary Club can sign up for these projects of other clubs. But it also is a great way for us to know clubs are having a project when this action campaign starts.
So thank you, Nathan. So from a public image standpoint, it's very important to promote the projects that you guys have at your clubs. You don't have to put any zhuzh in there, but you can. What Nathan is asking for is being able to add that event to the page. So again, you can access it from the homepage. You can access it by going to rotaryd5000.org/projects. Either way, we need public image to promote those events. What you can do is go to each of your chairs, youth service, community service, and ask them, what events do you have going on? And then go ahead and submit that form. From a little thing as a public image, what you can also do is when you have that information, promote that on your Instagram, promote that on your Facebook. If you are using Instagram, you're going to have some type of like imagery. And so we can say, go ahead and use the Canva account so that you can create a flyer. If you need help with using the Canva account, or if you don't have a Canva account and you want to use the district one, please feel free to reach out to us and we'll help you with that. Any questions about putting your service projects onto the service projects page? All right, best practices again is do this well in advance. Don't wait the weekend before. This page is definitely something that we want to, hey, you have something coming up in November, put it out there already. Lahaina, I see you're Maui. We have Connie from Hawai'i Island. We have Virginia. Which club are you from?
The Rotary Club of Hilo.
Hilo. Okay, so we Hawai'i Island. Important public images about getting what your club is doing out into the community. Using this, the page is going to be ideal for you. Now we're going to switch gears to asking Connie if you can just kind of give us an update as to what membership service or membership committee is doing and how, when we get leads, what happens? What does that project or process look like?
Hey, Josh, before you move over, can I ask a question?
Yes, go ahead, Roz.
Okay, once you post it and the event is over, do we take it off or just add photos from the event?
Oh, very good. Okay, so I'm going to let Nathan ask what happens to the page after the event.
Yeah, so real quick, my ideal, if I was coaching a service chair, what I would say to do is go on your club runner, add your photo, put it on your club's calendar on Club Runner ideally, then post it to the hub. That's going to allow Rotarians throughout the district to sign up for your project. When it's done, I will automatically take it off of this list. So all the projects that have passed come off the hub. You don't have to worry about that. What I would do is take your projects and then, once you have pictures from them afterward, post them to the Rotary Project Center, which used to be Rotary Showcase. once that project's done to promote your project. So you don't have to worry about taking it off the hub. I manage that page, it'll come off automatically. But if you have good pictures, A, post them like Josh said to Facebook and Instagram, and then B, take them to the Service Project Center with Rotary International, and that'll highlight it across Rotary in general.
Yeah, and what I just did is I Googled Rotary Service Project Center. It brings you here. You go ahead and log in with your rotary.org or my Rotary login, and then it'll ask you for details about the project. It will ask about who you partnered with, how much money was spent, how many volunteers you had, total amount of hours if the project's over. It goes into a database of projects. And then this is a really great way to another great way for public image because you're going to be able to add photos on there and show your impact within the community. And then for future purposes, if you want to go back a year in the future, you'll be able to see what the impact was for that Rotary year. So to recap what Nathan said, you don't have to worry about editing the page, the service project page, because Nathan will go ahead and remove it. If your club uses Club Runner, add it to the event calendar, as well as sharing it with the district, because then that way we'll be able to see it on this calendar. Thirdly, after the project is done, take photos, publish it onto social media, Instagram, Facebook, do it immediately, and then go to the Service Project Center and upload it to the projects. It's a lot of steps, but this is the way that we expand our reach, and it's through public image. Thank you for that question, Roz. Is there any other questions before I move over to membership?
I have a quick question, Josh. So,
Yes,
you know,
Connie.
when you're putting an event together on Club Runner at club level, then I know it says show on district calendar. So when you click that, it automatically does show up on district calendar. Or is there another step to that?
It automatically does it. So let me share what that looks like. So if you are in Club Runner, you go to your events, you go to Event Planner, and you're adding an event. You're going to have to be patient. You're going to go to the event and then you'll fill in the details for that event and then scroll down to the bottom and it says share with district calendar. So let me go ahead and show you what that looks like. I have my Let's Serve. I'm going to open that up. I'm going to click on edit details. And then at the bottom of that, after I put the details in, put an image, put information about it, scrolling to the bottom, there's show event in district calendar. That's a yes. And so we'll save that. And then if we go back to the district calendar, I'm going to go look to the next month. We will see that Let's Serve. And when anyone clicks on that link, it redirects them to your club's page. Big caveat here. If your club does not use Club Runner, you can still participate in this. There is on the home screen, scroll to the bottom, and you could submit an event, and the public image team will add it to the calendar so that the district can see it. Fill out this form, whether it be a community service event, youth service event, a meeting, an important meeting, or a fundraiser. Fill this form out, and we will get that added manually so that we can share it. So every club can participate in this. Thank you for that question, Connie. Did that answer your question? Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Great. Now we're going to shift gears to what membership. So we said this is a collaboration between community service and membership. Membership is huge because they're going to be taking those leads. Connie, can you just tell us what that process looks like and what we can expect when someone expresses interest in this program?
Okay, thanks, Josh. Well, right now, the leads we get are directly from Rotary International. And so that's when the potential member goes onto the website, our RI website, and clicks that they're interested in Rotary. And so it goes out to the district governor and to myself. And our leads chair is Alan Kamemoto. So he gets sent this information, and then he passes it out to the right clubs or the right area, and then the clubs follow up. So the problem we have sometimes is that clubs don't follow up, or clubs think somebody else is following up, or but well, whatever, for whatever reason, that candidates don't always get followed up with in a timely manner. So that's something that we're constantly battling with. So I don't know how this campaign is going to work, but and it is cumbersome. I guess you guys probably know how it is to get into the leads program. I know Conrad does, but it does get cumbersome for the presidents and the membership chairs to go in and update each one. And so that's where Alan kind of pulls hair, because he has to go and follow up with all the different clubs to find out what happened to this candidate. So we have our challenges as well, but keep trying to find a better method.
Yeah.
So always open to suggestions.
So this is really, really important. As public image, we want to make things look fun, look engaging. And so we, as public image chairs, need to know what that process looks like so that we can encourage our presidents, our president-elects, our membership chairs at our own clubs so that they know what the process looks like. And if they know what the process looks like, they can explain it to you, and you can quickly oh, this is the next steps. Give someone clear instructions on how to join Rotary. So let me just kind of share my screen again. And Connie talked about how a membership lead comes in. Right now, you can go to rotary.org and click on join. They will fill this form out. And once that form gets filled out, it shows I'm interested in joining a Rotaract club. So Nicole, this also happens to be for you as well. They'll fill this form out, get started, complete it. That means they're now in a database at Rotary International. And that person will then get assigned to a club. Before it gets assigned to a club, what's happening is our membership leads chair, which is Alan Kamemoto, he will assign it to an AG or assign it directly to a club, from my understanding. It is very important that if your president or your membership chair does not know about this program, encourage them to reach or talk to Connie or Alan, and they'll go over that process with you. This is for every single club. Now, it's also important that you as public image chair have easy access to this link, or have easy access to getting able to get someone to join Rotary. So what we did on the district website is, if someone is interested in joining Rotary, you can tell them, go to rotaryd5000.org, scroll down, first link right there, join Rotary. So they don't have to go to myrotary.org. If they click on that, it redirects them to the join a club. If you are going to rotaryinhawaii.org, which is our public facing website, if someone wants to join a club, click on take action, it'll take them right to that. So they don't have to remember rotary.org. The public image, you want to make it easy. Now, also keep in mind that if your club uses Club Runner, which I believe about 90% of our clubs use a Club Runner, you will have what's called a membership success campaign module. What that looks like is, when you're in the members area, you have a menu called membership success. Now, please keep in mind that this is completely separate from rotary.org. This is completely separate from the district's membership leads program. But some clubs may have their own process internally. And so they can enable the membership success program, where it keeps track of how many prospects there are, how many potential members there are, and move them through what's like an application process. If your club is interested in learning more about the membership success, I highly recommend your club, from a public image standpoint, reach out to Club Runner and ask them to enable this functionality for you. I will show you briefly what that looks like. So from the Rotary HPA or Hickam Pearl Harbor Club, under membership, there are two types of ways to express interest of a member. The first one is to join Rotary. Here we have a page that explains, hey, this is what Rotary is. Click here to join Rotary. It asks them for brief details, and then they'll go ahead and the membership chair in your club will get notified about this. Now, if someone is interested in, like, a member or is interested in getting someone to join Rotary, they can go ahead and select refer a member. Referring a member is just me as the Rotarian providing my friends information so that we can put them in that rotation. These are three ways of getting membership leads. The first way that Connie talked about, and then one I showed you, is going through Rotary.org. This second and third way is using Club Runner's membership success program. It is not an added cost. It's inclusive in most plans. So if that's something that you're interested in learning more about, go to reach out to Club Runner support and submit an inquiry. If you would just like to see a little demo of it, you can always reach out to me and I'll show you how my club, Hickam Pearl Harbor, does that. We need to make sure, as clubs, as public image, that we understand what membership leads look like. And we are making sure as public image, because we're promoting our activities so that we get new members, that our internal teams are following the process, because we don't want to get the bad reviews as, oh, I submitted a lead and no one's reaching out. That's bad public image. So any questions about membership? Yes, Conrad.
Yeah, so Josh, all of this is really great information, good reminders for everyone to bring back to their clubs and understanding what currently exists today. When we talk about the Aloha campaign promotion, I know many of you guys may not know what we're talking about, but Zone has given us a grant.
Oh, we're not there yet. We didn't talk about that yet. We're just talking about current processes right now. Conrad is, am I the only one who's okay? Conrad muted. Is
He's frozen.
frozen. Sorry,
There he
Conrad.
is.
There, Conrad. You froze out when I interrupted you, so I apologize. We're about to shift gears into talking about the Aloha Action campaign, and what we're hoping to do out of this. Any other questions regarding membership and the LEADS program, since we do have Connie here who can talk about it from a district level? Okay, we are now.
Josh, one
Yes,
more
Connie.
thing.
Yes.
Just, and kind of good news. Nathan had a great idea. So he and I are going to join forces for our, not this one, but the next meeting, for our district meeting. So we're going to, community service and membership are going to join forces next month.
That's awesome.
Or November.
It's so important that we collaborate with the other committees. I mean, as public image chairs for each of your clubs, you need to have a pulse of what's going on in community service, youth service, club service, from your events and speakers to membership. So I'm glad to see that type of collaboration. Any other questions or comments before we move into the Aloha Action campaign and what the next steps are? Okay, so shifting gears to the Aloha Action campaign. Now that we kind of have an idea of what is happening in community service and membership, we have a plan for how we are going to promote Rotary in Hawaii so that we can get more membership leads. We're going to need the participation of all clubs, from submitting service projects to making sure that you have a membership chair that will receive these leads. I'm going to ask Conrad now to outline what we have so far, starting with the landing page that we're going to promote, as well as what a passport is and what that means. So Conrad, I'm going to pass it over to you.
Sure. So this is a different way of generating leads. It's not the what you have just been familiarizing yourself with the current process. So there might be some deviations, and that's where we need to kind of figure out what that's going to look like. So the idea here is the zone has given us a grant to market Rotary in Hawaii. And the idea behind it is we understand that if we were to advertise Rotary, we're not going to automatically generate members. So we want to create a hook to grab people in to the Rotary environment, or what we call the Rotary universe, whatever you want to call it, and then get them excited about Rotary through additional marketing, because we know that not everybody joins Rotary as soon as they hear about Rotary. The idea is promote the service aspect of Rotary, have them participate in a passport program. And the idea of the passport program is that, you know, they'll download this piece of it, a passport, which they can then go to any club meeting, club social, or club service project that's open to the public. They'll get it stamped. So what Josh is showing you is just a rough SFD of a Rotary passport. So they'll download this document, they'll take it with them, they can go to any meeting, go to any service project or any project member social event, get it stamped or signed or whatever process that we put into place. And then once they complete the passport, they can then send it in for a chance to win a free membership that the zone grant is going to cover for the first year. So the advertising, where we'll have Janet help us with PSA, bumper ads and stuff like that, is to really get people to drive them to a landing page where they'll be able to see all of the projects that are available. Plus they can link out to other information like, you know, where's an upcoming meeting, okay? And this is what the landing page looks like. So it really is basically a rehash of Nathan's community service page for the internal audience. What we just did was lay it out in a way that's easier to read, in a little bit more organized fashion, so that, you know, the eyeballs goes directly to either the visual or the club name or the date, right? So the idea is they'll be able to, through the advertising that they hear, they're going to be driven to this landing page. They'll be able to see all the different projects that are out there. And then, of course, if they're interested in an event, if the club has one point of contact that will link out to that person, so that the interested party can say, hey, Rick, I'm interested in this project, blah, 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 blah. Or, for example, Josh, if you could scroll up to a Eco Rotary Club of Kaka'ako, they right here, this Adopt a Park, they use a platform where if you just link it, it's a one-click registration. So in other words, once you click it, it collects your email address. They will have the Eco Rotary Club will have that information, and you're now joined. So it's kind of like a registration for an event, but it's a one-click registration and stuff like that. So whatever your club process you have in place, we don't want you to have to change it up. We're just going to put that call to action for each of the service projects and so.
So Conrad, what you're saying is, don't change your process. Just have a process so that you could tell us where to go. And that's, again, part of public image is you making it easy. You don't want people, oh, I'm interested in coming to this event and have to click 6, 7, 8 times just to put their name in there. So if you're, again, from public image, you want to make it easy. So go and talk to your community service, talk to your club and say, okay, what does it look like to register for an event? Is there a registration process? Some clubs may use Eventbrite. Some clubs may use Facebook and have an event there. Totally fine. Just document what that looks like. Make sure every member in your club knows how to do that process, and then use it. So register by clicking here. If your club, I'm going to just throw out some ideas on how, what things you can do. So the Eco Club uses that simple one click. You have Club Runner. If your club doesn't use Club Runner, you can use Facebook. Easy to see. If people are not using Facebook, you can use a Google Doc. I know that Nicole's club, they do that registration through Google Doc and any type of like agreements. Very easy, free. Eventbrite. There's any others that your clubs may be using? Okay. I named them all then. The idea though is making it simple. And so don't try to reinvent the wheel, but if you don't have a wheel, reinvent it. If you need some help, reach out to the public image team. We can document what that process looks like. If your club is using Club Runner, I highly recommend using that. Okay. Now we talked. Oh yeah, go ahead,
Yeah.
Connor.
So Josh, thank you for clarifying that yes, we don't want anybody to reinvent the wheel. So the reason why we need to have this process in place where because we're driving non-Rotarians to a place where they can sign up for projects. And then it's important that we capture that information, because otherwise Connie's not going to have a big database to build, because we're not telling people to go to a website to say join Rotary today, right? So the process that exists today is there is a join Rotary button, and then she gets all that information along with the district governor, and then they syndicate it out to the clubs for follow-up. In this particular case, that's not where we're starting. We're starting with getting people interested in the service projects. So that all that information on the person needs to be sent to Connie so that we can build that database. And I think Connie and the PI team has not had an opportunity to discuss offline what that's going to look like, but we need to build that database, right?
Yeah, and I think Connor, sorry, Connor. I think this is a good way. We have community service, we have membership. What are some ideas that you have that we can do this?
So quick question. So you guys kind of, I remember from listening to the recording of the first meeting, is that there are going to be a lot of participants then. So all of those participants are going to, we hope, right? So all of those participants are going to go into this database, correct?
Yeah. So I envision, and jump in when someone wants, I envision that in order to download the passport, they're going to put some basic information like their first name, their last name, what island they live on, and some type of contact information. That's the database. That's the database that we're starting to build. And that is just people that have downloaded this passport, expressing interest in attending a service project, interested in attending an event because of a speaker. That's not a true like join Rotary. We're just collecting their information. But what we want to do is take that information, give it to Connie so that she can then share it with the other club saying, hey, this person is interested in attending an event. Reach out to them, add them to your mail list. And so we are building a separate list of people that are interested about Rotary. So this is a separate process from what we talked about at the beginning. When we put something on their join Rotary, they're like, oh, I'm interested in joining Rotary. I'm going to express interest now. That is going directly to our membership chair, and there's following that process. The Aloha Action campaign is a campaign to gain interest in who we are and what we do. So people are saying, I want to join a service project. I'm going to put my information in here. We're going to collect that information and periodically be providing that to the membership. And we're going to ask the membership committee to come up with a process to making sure that this information is given to the clubs. Does that make sense, Connie?
Yeah, it does. The question I had last time, and I'm not sure, and maybe we can talk about that here, is that, okay, say whenever the campaign starts and when it ends, we get this database, send out these potential members or interested parties to the clubs. In the meantime, they go and, like, let's say 10 of them, 20 of them join clubs. So at the end of the campaign, are they eligible for free membership, or like, what do we do with those people? I mean, you know what I mean, to be fair.
Yeah. So
what do you guys think?
Just keep in mind that everyone is going to get a free membership. It is a chance to get a free membership.
Everyone is going, as long as you participate.
If you participate in the process and you get your passport completed, then they're entered for an opportunity to get their membership dues covered.
For the first year.
For the first year.
Okay, so say they're already a Rotarian, like in the meantime, they join a club. Are they still eligible to?
Good question. What do you guys think? That was never
I
brought up.
think they should be, but maybe for the following year or something. It's their second year, but I don't know. That's my thought.
Janet's shaking her head no.
Janet.
I'm trying to figure out how to get off mute. Hold on.
You're not muted. Now you're muted.
Now you're muted.
So the Aloha Action campaign is specifically, and it's a brilliant campaign. Kudos, Joshua.
Conrad.
And the whole team. Seriously, it's brilliant, the pathway to success here. But we can't be everything to everyone. And so if you are already a committed Rotarian, there's no need to go backwards by offering free membership. It's just not part of what this is. Although, Connie, I will say it's a very interesting concept and it could be used in different ways. But for this particular campaign, it's not part of the step-by-step process. The process here is that we are generating a new way of getting people interested in Rotary and making it worth their while to check it out. And for that, we're going to try to get, I think, what was our goal? 150, 300. It was huge. Our goal, no, 300, right?
300 new members, yes.
300. And that startled me at the last meeting. However, we have to.
It scares me now.
It scared me too. I told these guys, but we have to put all stock, go out of our way to make it happen. And this is doing it. But mixed messages along the way that this could be a credit on your membership, I think is for a different program. And it could be, but we don't get a lot of Rotarians quitting because of dues. Well, if that was not a lot, no, you're going to get a few, but not a lot. So it isn't a common issue in Rotary. The issue is engagement. If you're like me and Nathan, longtime Waikiki Rotarians that are lifelong Rotarians because it's our family now, right? That's what we're trying to do. Get these people engaged. Engagement's the key. And that's why this campaign is brilliant. And Joshua, FYI, I've got at 4 o'clock. If you need me to pipe in about the media buy at any time,
we're going to actually
got about 7 to 10 more minutes.
I'm going to switch over to you shortly, but I just want to tag on to what Connie just said.
Yeah.
So maybe, and this is like Janet said, this is a brilliant idea. If your club says to your members, and this could be a public image thing within your club, maybe you guys create your own budget and say, if you as active members are going to participate in this program, we will give you some type of discount. So this is a really good way for individual clubs to take part of this Aloha Action internally. So it's, yes, The campaign is specifically external, new members coming in. If your club has the ability to create a budget and take the same program and promote it, even better, more people are participating. However, they won't be able to submit it to the district and get part of that, be participating in that. So thank you, Connie, for bringing that up. I do want to shift gears because we are getting to the top of hour. Okay, we have a plan out there. The idea is to promote Rotary. We're going to do this to people that are not very familiar with us, and we're going to use a passport system. We're going to have a website. We're going to collect their information. We're going to be using community service to get them to sign up for events. We're going to be taking the leads and giving it to membership. So we're working together. Now, how are we going to do that? We're going to use public image, and we're going to use public image larger than we have ever done it in the last 3 years. We're going to be creating promotional videos, ads, and I'm going to ask Janet, can you tell us what the plan is for that?
Well, I can speak about the television specifically, and I'll leave the other part to Conrad because he understands those details better. But basically, I've got a small television budget. I think it's $3,000, which I will turn into more than $10,000 worth of a media buy. We cannot start running those PSAs until the day after the general election. And that is because they are, the local TV stations just don't give away the free spots. And with all the money out there, in fact, this is the first year I've seen it in many years that Hawaii's TV stations are getting a very, very large presidential TV budget. We haven't got that in the past. So the inventory is tight. So we can start running our ads after the general election. And we, I think, have enough budget to run it, Josh, I think for 4 months continuous. And the way that this works is through consistent reach and frequency. So you have to be on the air for like 4 months. So I'm in the process of getting the proposals from the local TV stations, and let Conrad speak about the social media possibly side and the other marketing. And then Josh, we need to get together and come up with those scripts.
Yeah. So before we get away from that, what is the plan for commercials or video, film, and photography? Janet, are you going to take the lead for that? Are you going to give us direction?
No, I'm leading the media buying.
Okay.
I can join. I think there was a committee of the 4 of us that we need to meet offline and figure this out.
Okay.
Between the 4 of us, we can figure it out. But yeah, the media buys themselves was my Kuleana, if you will. And I think we just need to figure that out and decide on a start date. We have about 2 months until we want to make sure everything's in the can and ready to launch.
2 months is not that much time. And in the promotion of Rotary in Hawaii, we want like top-notch looks. We don't want pictures on a camera or on a phone. We don't want horizontal videos. We want it to look professional because we are a membership organization. That means business. And so then over the next, I'm going to say next month, by October's meeting, we're going to have a plan, and we're going to create from the public image standpoint or side, who's going to be involved. We're going to create film setups, photography setups. And what we're going to ask for each and every one of our public image chairs is if anyone has the capacity or connections to help with this, start putting your minds together. Like immediately, I think about Ryan Kawamoto. He is a director. He is a photographer. He does a lot of our photography. Dave Livingston, he is a professional photographer. If anyone here knows someone that is in the film industry or photography industry and they're willing to donate their services, keyword donate, we are going to need their help, not just on Oahu, but on every single island there is a Rotary Club. So from Hawaii Island to Maui to Kauai on Oahu, we don't want to just focus on one scene or one set of group of people. Secondly, We're going to need you to start identifying people that you think would be engaging and participating in this process. Again, focusing on donating their time and services, because our budget is really going to be focused on the media buy-in, the social media buys. Any questions on that?
I just want to add one thing, Josh. Am I muted or not muted?
Nope, we can hear you.
Okay. It's so funny. On the thing, it says I'm muted the whole time. I apologize. I was in a very loud place. I hope it wasn't interrupting anyone. If we decided to work with one TV station, one group, right? All the TV stations now have multiple TV stations. Hawaii News Now is the biggest, but even KHON has 3 stations. KITV has 2 stations. Hawaii News Now has 4. If we chose one of those and gave them 100% of our budget, and I'll tell you from experience, Hawaii News Now reaches a larger percentage of the statewide audience than any of the other groups, but I'm still getting competitive bids. But hypothetically, if we chose one and told them we were giving them the lion's share of the budget, it's highly likely we can get one of those TV stations to donate the professional video production. And I've done that before with nonprofits. And that's one thing we can discuss in our meeting. The second thing is that it would be very expensive to make a different TV station, a different TV commercial for each of the 4 major islands where our Rotary clubs are. We can do it with tags, and we can do it with different visuals from all the islands on all in a single or 2 ads that will show what a huge statewide important organization we are. Because doing multiple spots, if we end up having to come out of pocket at all, or even ask for favors on all neighbor islands, could get kind of expensive. But there, the ability to grab video footage from our friends on the neighbor islands and produce it here in Honolulu. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Sorry, valid point. The stock photography and stock film that we're looking to build is not only for the PSAs or the commercials for on air.
Right.
This is also included for our website. This is included for our social media ads, or web ads. This is for everything.
Yeah.
So something that you could think about, and I think Janet made a really good point, is like we could have one commercial that highlights the large district that we have in the multiple islands and the uniqueness for each one. Think of key events or service projects or flagship locations where Rotary is prevalent on each of your islands. So I would think on like the Hawaii Island, all the different peace poles there are. On Maui, what kind of, I believe we just had a at the Lahaina, they installed a memorial that was really Rotary involved. Think about what about here on Oahu or on Kauai. Kauai, you have the beach, the life-saving things. So think about those items. So thank you very much, Janet. We are getting to the top of the hour. We have about 5 minutes left, and I just want to shift gears back to Conrad to wrap up what the next steps are and if anything else I missed.
Okay, so thanks, Josh, and I'll make this real quick. But before I do that, just to dovetail on what Janet and Josh is saying that we want to make sure that it's very universal from all islands. Part of the other part of the marketing budget that we got is to include what we call public promotions. So if you have on your island know of an event or like a special farmers market that you know attracts the community, we want to set up a booth and make sure that there's Rotarians there getting people to sign up for a passport. And then and that's another way to create the awareness or extend the advertising reach that Janet's putting out on the television side. So public promotion. So those on the neighbor islands, please think about an event that's coming up that you think we could participate in, and if you have connections to give us a free booth spot that's better, or even a discounted or a nonprofit booth spot, I think that will help a long way as well.
And so can just November through November, December, January, look for events between November and February, because that's the 4 months that we're going to have airing.
Right. So yeah, so from a takeaway standpoint, in terms of meeting up again, 2 months sounds like a faraway time, but it also is a very short period of time to get things moving. So I think there's going to be a lot of moving parts. To Janet's point, there should be an offline meeting to discuss the creative and so that she can do what she needs to do to work with whoever if we get the free production or and stuff like that. Connie, I think we need to talk offline to figure out, okay, so how do you want to get those information from people who are not in the system that downloaded the passport, right? Because let's say they don't download the passport, but they see the commercials, they get driven to the website, and then they show up at an event. How do you want that information and so forth? As well as let's come up with a drip plan to those people that are in the database, because they might not be ready to join. They don't know which club to join. So you're not going to be able to start farming out those types of leads until a while that they get a little bit more touch points with Rotary. So I think those are the three areas that I think are going to be important. Nathan, you and I can talk to see if there's a way that we could put the two community service pages together so that it's just one
Conrad,
set of rules.
can I ask for that? Can we talk offline about that page? Because I would like to put it on the rotaryinhawaii.org page and not Club Runner.
Okay.
So let's touch base on that. I don't want to change Nathan's process because that's what he has been nailing into the clubs.
Okay.
But I want a way to put it on one website that's accessible to the public.
Okay, so we're gonna drive people to the Hawaii Rotary in Hawaii page versus the D5000 page. Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. So those are my three takeaways, Josh.
Thank you. Now we're going to need everyone's participation, every club, even the clubs that are not here. So go back to your clubs and ideally get at least 5 projects onto the service project. So if your club does not have 5 projects by the end of the year, you need to work with your community service chair, your youth service chair to get stuff done. We are people of action, not people of talking. Secondly, we need to increase our public image engagement. So if your club is not posting about your service projects, if your club does not have a Join Rotary link on any of your websites, get that started. Then start talking with your other chairs. Talk to your members about this program. Get them excited. Get them pumped up that we are looking to have 300 new members by June 30th, 2025. I know it sounds weird. Connie's eyes just got super big, but it's a possibility. I was just at Institute with Bev. It was amazing with Roz. It was fun. We got pumped up. Start the conversation. If you need help, if you need resources, where to start, where to go next, reach out to the public image team. I put the email in there, and I've asked if you are interested in helping with the creative, really planning out what is it going to look like. Please email us so that we can put you on a team email and we can start planning that out, because by the next meeting, the 3rd week in October, we're going to have a plan. We're going to have a shoot. We're going to have things ready. Nicole just asked, did the timeline for the count of 300 start, or does that start in November? We want 300 now, of course. Thank you very much, everyone. It is 3:58. I like to keep meetings under an hour, but if you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to me directly. Feel free to reach out to Conrad or Scott. We are here. So thank you very much. Have a great day.